Good day, I am Jeline F. Ortega and I'm going to share to you my challenges I encountered on learning amidst this pandemic and the coping mechanisms to surpass those. The pandemic has caused a lot of changes in me, including the way I get my education. One of the unprecedented changes brought about by the pandemic was the distance learning method. It is something which is very much of a new concept to me. I have never done distance learning before. However, my experiences in fooling through with my lesson will never be forgotten. These experiences will be treasured and passed on to future generations. As it is with other students of my age, distance learning is both challenging and enjoyable. At first, it was incredibly difficult transitioning from attending face-to-face classes to modular learning. But gradually, as the months go by, I am slowly starting to get used to it. Though I feel like I'm not getting a good amount of social interaction from my co-students, I find distance learning to be much more beneficial for me as a student. Not being under pressure in a classroom environment gives me the opportunity to learn at my own pace and time, whether that be faster or slower than the traditional classroom setting. What makes me love distance learning method is that it gives me freedom to spend my time wisely. I study from the early morning to the afternoon and I get to spend my late afternoon playing volleyball or bonding with my family and friends. This helps a lot with my emotional wellness during these difficult times. I don't have to worry about going late to the classroom or preparing my uniform. It helps me to spend more time with my studies and other house chores. Just like any other student, I also have my own fair share of challenges and difficulties in my distance learning studies. I encountered hardship in self-studying due to the time constraints in answering all the modules and lesson activities. This is because of the great number of tasks, distraction, and lack of focus. There are a lot of times when lessons can get challenging because of inadequate learning resources and somewhat vague learning contents. Some written instructions are hard to understand and require repeated reading and analysis. The standardization of learning modules across public high schools in the Philippines gave me a hard time coping up with the lessons, especially if the instructions were not clear to me. Due to limitation in communicating with teachers and co-students, I resort to analyzing the instruction on my own, which made me an independent learner. Sometimes, I seek help from my parents and friends in understanding the module. I am thankful that my parents have provided a stable internet connection, which has helped me get some ideas for most of my lessons. While my family may be trying to help, they also juggle work while I learn at home. I don't know how long the distance learning method will last, but the challenges it brings will not affect the way I dream of my bright future. Honestly, I like the look and feel of a regular classroom. However, that doesn't mean I want distance learning less. From what we can see today, modular learning is going to be a lot more prevalent even after the pandemic is over.